Hello everyone. Today's I'm going to share a Terraform related questions. This is very latest one, and I have uh, prepared 7 questions here. So okay, let's get started. First of all, we will go with the Terraform commands. Why we use that? The use of Terraform commands, and after that we will cover some questions. Okay. So let's get started. First question is Terraform init. Uh, this is very first command. While we are after we run any code, after our configuration file is completed, we do Terraform init before our project starts. It initializes a new or existing Terraform configuration, downloading the necessary provider plugins and setting up the working directory. Next command is Terraform validate. It validates the Terraform configuration files syntactically. Uh, it finds out errors, syntax errors, and potential issues. Terraform plan. It shows the execution plan. Whatever we are going to execute, the Terraform plan will shows that. Means what action Terraform will take to apply the configuration. What means whatever actions we are going to perform, it simply shows that. Terraform apply, this is the command when our exact execution will happens. It applies the changes specified in the Terraform configuration to the actual infrastructure. Terraform destroy, destroys the infrastructure defined in the Terraform configuration. This is the command. This command will destroy specific particular targeted resource. It means suppose I resource type I am writing here EC2, so it will only delete that particular EC2 instance resource, not the whole entire infrastructure. Next command is Terraform refresh. It updates the Terraform state file to match the real world infrastructure. If AWS security group creates manually in the cloud to update it in a state file. Terraform show outputs the current state of the Terraform managed infrastructure. Terraform output displays the values of output variables defined in the Terraform configuration. Terraform import existing infrastructure into Terraform, associating it with the Terraform resources. What are Terraform workspaces and how do they relate to state files? Terraform Workspace allows us to manage multiple state files with the same configuration. For example, we can use the same TF state file for dev stage and prod environments. And each workspace maintains its own separate state file. We can say I have used Terraform Workspace, new prod and Terraform Workspace. Select dev to switch between environments cleanly without maintaining separate directories. Next question, Terraform TF state log file. The state log ensures that only one Terraform operation can modify at the same time. This helps prevent conflicts and potential data corruption that could occur if multiple operations were writing to the state file simultaneously. It simply says only one Terraform operation will modify at the same time. Developers and DevOps not be able to edit the same file at the same time. Otherwise, it will create a conflict. Next question is, how does Terraform handle state and what are the best practices for managing Terraform state in a team? Terraform maintains states to track resources it manages. It stores the state in a file by default. Best practice is we use remote backends like AWS ES3, Google Cloud Storage. Terraform Cloud or a console for a state management. Enable state locking to prevent concurrent modifications. Use workspaces for managing different environments. Encrypt state files, especially if they contain sensitive data, like use credential passwords like that. Use state commands like terraform state move mv command is there, state rm command is there. This command will we need to use cautiously. What are some risks or problems that can happen with the state file? Most common error is drift detection. There are few risks if someone changes resource outside or in the cloud manually. The state file becomes outdated that time. Okay, so corruption and security is the most important thing. If someone is going to editing in a cloud manually, so that files become outdated, that no use of that file. So if two people run terraform apply at the same time without locking, it can lead to conflicts. Next question, how to store state file remotely in a backend Terraform? We write backend configuration and put that file into GCP storage. This is the basic configuration, how we configure. Many times interviewer will be asked, can you write how we configure a remote backend? So we just need to write this Terraform backend, which cloud we are using. If you are using AWS, you can write here AWS. If you are using GCP, so you can just write GCP. Bucket name is there. First we need to create a bucket, then we will give here bucket name, whatever we are going to give a name. Okay, then project name, then set up this and that apply that changes by using terraform apply command. So it will directly connect with the Google Cloud Storage or a S3. How can you use details of manually created resource in Terraform? We can use data blocks or data sources in Terraform to read existing resources or created outside in a Terraform. Do not use resource block, it will try to create the resource again. So we just need to use data blocks in Terraform for a manually created resources. Thank you everyone. I have covered 7 questions. I hope you guys are like this video. Thank you.